An action verb, also known as a dynamic verb, describes an action that the subject of a sentence performs. These verbs can refer to both physical and mental actions. Simply, it means that action verb is nothing, but it is a kind of a verb which shows action, both physical or mental. Basically, if a verb shows the action of the body or mind, then it is called dynamic or action verb. Look at these examples. We climbed to the highest peak. In this sentence, the action verb is climbed. It describes the physical activity of ascending to the top of a mountain or peak. Basically, this verb shows the physical activity, so therefore, it is called a dynamic or action verb. My grandfather walks with a stick. Here, the verb walks is the action verb. It conveys the physical movement of the grandfather as he uses a stick for support. So, you can see, here this verb shows the action of my grandfather. The train arrived on time. Observe this example. The action verb is arrived. Actually, it indicates the train's physical arrival at its destination. So, simply in grammar, this is called an action or a dynamic verb. Stative verb. A stative verb is a type of verb that describes a state of being or perception. Stative verbs aren't typically used in the present continuous tense. By this definition, it means that a stative verb is kind of verb which expresses thoughts, opinions, feelings, senses, perceptions, possession, and other states. Simply, you can say, stative verbs convey a state of being rather than an ongoing action. Actually, it is the opposite of action verb. That dog belongs to me. Look at this example here. The verb belongs is a stative verb. Basically, this verb does not talk about action, but it shows possession. There must be a question in your mind that why it is distinguished as a stative verb. The answer is, a stative verb is distinguished because the present participle of a stative cannot be formed. The soup tastes delicious. Observe the verb tastes is a stative verb because it shows a state of the soup. Simply, you can say that it shows a state, so that is why it is called a stative verb. She feels anxious before exams. Look at this last example. The verb feels is a stative verb because it shows mental state of her. Simply, she does not perform any action here, but this verb tells us the state of her before exams. So, this is called stative verb in grammar.